From the eagle to the people, let's do story time. You know what time that means? That means you get to judge the story, I get to tell the story, and we find out if it's funny for you. That's how that works. It's a comedy skit stand-up type thing. It's not exactly stand-up. We're not out in a club doing what we do best, but we're out here having a little bit of fun and doing like a stand-up style, just here on YouTube, hanging out. Good stuff. I'm going to bring more people into this over time. But on that note, guys, today I have a very special story for you because there's a wonderful, wonderful place here that I love to go. No, it's not Disneyland. I know what you're thinking. I know Disneyland's the wonderful place, the world of dreams, yada, yada, yada. I'm not bashing Disneyland. You got a great store or a great theme park, but I'm not talking about a theme park. I'm not talking about like going out and having a good time rolling on a roller coaster, hit a couple rides, see some princesses. I mean, yeah, that would be nice, but not quite my level. So, jump it over to my tech side. That's where we're going. That's my home area. That's what I like. Now, I built this computer. You guys know that. I built it from basically nothing and made it to what it is, and it's pretty awesome to me. And I have to get all those parts. There's a place in this state of Michigan, pure Michigan, where I go to get all those parts. And it's called Micro Center, and it's about 2 hours away from where I'm at. It's in Madison Heights, Michigan. Now, if you ever get the chance to go there, I'm going to have to suggest going there because there's multiple reasons. Now, reason number one, there is not a single time I've walked into that place and not felt like I am a 10 on the hotness scale. Straight up happens every time. I walk into this place and I love it. Pull up to the store, it's a little weird. You got to come off the highway and then it's like right there. It's right there. It's weird. And the driveway is a little weird because it kind of goes down and then you got to turn and then you got to come around and then it's like going through Disneyland to get there. That's exactly what it is. So we pull up to this place, and as we're pulling up, the building lights up, and it's like the heavens have opened, the light has come down, and the angels are singing, "Oh, Micro Center, you love it." Yes, that is what I get when I go up to the store. Now, walking to the door, that's a different step. You get out of the car, and you're like, "Woo, gotta get my rock star on right now." Get that walk going. You know how it is. You gotta feel like you deserve to be there, because you spent 2 months saving to go up and get this stuff. Now, Micro Center is a place that literally has every computer need I could ever possibly want. It's got my gamer needs, it's got my computer needs, it's where I got my chair from, it's where I got a bunch of stuff, it's where I built basically everything. They have literally everything. The thing I like about this place is actually what's inside of it, aside from its products. These are the most helpful associates I've ever met. So, I'm going to tell you all about that here in a second after we get to the door, because the door is the key part of this. The door is what makes me feel amazing. Now, I know, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm probably honestly about a 6, maybe a 7 on a good-looking scale, at least in my mind. In my mind, I'm like a god. I feel attractive as hell no matter where I go because, once this is done and this is cleaned up, it looks good. And that's the way it is. But the reason why I bring this up is because of the simple fact that I don't fit a typical gamer build. Now, gamers go to that store. Gamers here in Michigan do not fit this look at all. I do not look like I fit into that at all in any way, shape, or form. Don't get me wrong. Put me on YouTube. I'm kind of up there with the other guys. I feel like I can fit in. But a lot of gamers, typically, when I was growing up, had a very hard stigma to them about the way they looked. It was kind of like, oh, you're a gamer, you live in your mom's basement, cool. You're a little overweight, cool. You're probably missing most of your teeth, cool. Your hair is too long and you don't know how to clean up, cool. You're a gamer. That was typically what the gamer was. The rock star was a little different. Same kind of look, just had his teeth and long hair and was a little thinner, but we all knew that guy. So, I'm not bashing that because I feel like that stigma is finally starting to break. But when I walk into my store, you still have that gamer. That's the one that goes there. That's 90% of them. And I have nothing against them, but I don't fit that bill. I walk in and I look good. Like, bow, chicka, bow. Oh, yeah. My store. Psst. That's how I feel when I walk into the store every time. And the store recognizes that I feel like this. So I walk up to the door. I'm like, bow, chicka, bow, chicka, bow. Oh, yeah. Get into the door, and the door goes, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, a gorgeous gamer has just entered the building. Again, I repeat, a gorgeous gamer has just entered the building. What's up, hot stuff? Ah! It talked to me, and it called me good looking. Ah, I love it. Ah! That's my experience coming in the door. And then it gets even better because the associates, one moment they hear that come out of the door, they come running out, and then all of a sudden there's a button on the floor. They push it, and the whole pile just go foof, 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 and it goes directly to what I need, and it's a red carpet that just flips into a tile because, oh, the gorgeous gamer is here. Oh my God. Now, these people know me, and I love them to death because I go there a lot. I spend a lot of time there, but I don't go to the point where my attractive level comes down. There's a limit. There's a difference, ladies and gentlemen. You find a place that you walk in, and you feel like a god, and then people are like, oh my God, he's so beautiful. Yes, you want that place. Don't overuse that place because then you're not going to be beautiful. Trust me. I go once every 2 to 3 months, and that's kind of like pushing that limit a little bit because there's a girl in there who knows me pretty well. But anyway, I go once every maybe 2-3 months, and it really does kind of push that he's attractive limit, but it is nice because it's just enough to where I still get that feeling coming through the door, and I like it. Now, the key to this is the reason why I don't go every day is one, because I'm broke. Yes, I'm broke. I'm a comedy gamer on YouTube. You really think that I've got a lot of money? That's pretty funny. No, I'm a comedy gamer on YouTube. What I have is all the time in the world to follow you home if you end up getting on my wrong side. That is what I have. I have all of the time in the world to find out who keyed my car. I have all of the time in the world to figure out what I want for dinner and realize that I don't have the money in my wallet to get it. That is what I have on me. So it takes me a little while to get up to going there, getting money together. So I don't go because I'm broke. The other reason I don't go too much is because I spend too much time in the store, and I don't like doing that. I really don't. I love this store, but I will spend hours in this store. It's a warehouse, and I'm not even kidding you. You guys have seen the movie Click, when he walks in and he's like, the building looks bigger from the outside. Yeah, it's very much like that situation. This building does not look that big. You walk in, and it's like, where'd the Beyond come from? Holy cow. There is a room of computer GPU parts. There is another room of just graphics cards. There is another room of CPU fans. There is another room for towers. In the back is all the monitors. And that's like a 50-mile walk through the store that looks like it's only 50 square feet big. It's not really that unimpressive when it comes to looking at it from the outside. It's like, what could you possibly have? It's like walking into Menards. Menards floor space is about what I would compare this to. There's a lot of stuff in this building, and I love it because then it goes shelf, 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 shelf. Each shelf is labeled between Ethernet cords, cables, cable lines, power cords, cameras, mics. Mics have its own section. Got a lapel mic if you really want it, $199, worth every cent of it. It's actually where I got the original Razer mic. That was beautiful. They helped me out. But I walk through the door, the tiles flip. Boom, 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 red carpet. And then all of a sudden I get associate, salesperson. I love it. They're on both sides. It's like, what do you got to offer? I know all about the graphics card. Not what I'm looking for today, but I appreciate it. Might come see you in about 20 minutes. Next guy up. Then it's, I know all about the video cards. I'm like, we're getting closer, but you're not quite there. And then I get my person. And I love it. I love this. I absolutely love this. She comes out of nowhere. She's a very approachable person, and that I will give her. However, you have to understand that she has one personality, and it hasn't changed in the entire time I've known her, and I love her for it. I walk up, and I go from graphics card, video card to her. Hi, Eagle. How are you doing today? Is there anything I can assist you with today? I'm sure I can tell you exactly what you need. And I go, okay, cool. I love this. I go, okay, cool. I need a, let's just throw it out there. I need a brand new mic, a condenser dynamic mic. And she's like, I completely understand. Let me walk with you and I will tell you all about our best mics. And I know that's probably not what you want to get right now. So if I'm going too far, I completely understand. Just let me know about when I hit what you need. And that right there, that is all I ever want to hear from an associate. Knowing the fact that I'm going to inform you that I'm telling you about the stuff you can't afford. So if I go too far, then let me know to just stop, because we're going into a realm that you can't afford. Then we're going to go back and kind of look at what we need. And she's always been super, super helpful. My favorite thing I've ever done to her, I got the new RAM sticks and the hard drive for the computer. Had no idea what I was looking at. And it was actually the camera you guys are looking at too. I came in and I was asking question after question after question, and her answer was, I completely understand. Now this GPU card will do this, that, and the other. And she would answer it. And then we got to the camera and I was like, okay, I need to be able to take this outside. This was during the Halloween light show we did. I was like, I don't know how to do this. I need a little bit of help to figure out how to clean up the image. And she goes, I completely understand. I absolutely understand. And I'm sorry, but I don't actually have the answer. However, if you give me a moment, I'll go find somebody who does know the answer to that question. I do believe it goes like this, but I completely understand the necessity that you need to have it perfect. And I was like, you're the greatest person ever. And she went and found me somebody who could answer that. Granted, I had to call a buddy of mine because even they couldn't answer that. But she at least tried to find me somebody who knew what they were talking about. And that right there is the greatest thing I can ask for. And that's why I come back to this store, because those associates are amazing. The store is amazing. And no matter where it goes, I can walk through any aisle. I've got my friend here who I like a lot because she tells me what I need. And as she's walking me through the aisle, this happens to me all the time, which gives me a confidence booster, and it's amazing. I'll be walking through the aisle. I usually take my mom with me, which is cool. Me and my mom are pretty good. She kind of levels me up, keeps me from overspending or overdoing stupid things. However, I love this. Doesn't matter that oh, by the way, you guys keep asking. Let me answer this real quick. Yes, I will buy stupid stuff the whole time. And that's my problem. That's why I bring my mother. So, I bring in my mother. Here's what my mother looks like. Exactly like get a good look. To answer your question about what my mom looks like, this is it. This is it. Nose and all. My brother was adopted. Nose and all. Widow's peak and all. This face is my mother's face. It has glasses. That's my mother. If you ever need to know what she looks like, you think I'm not lying to you, I promise you, my mother looks literally exactly like this. It's like they picked a piece of her off and called it Eagle. That's what my mom looks like. Now, I walk through the store with that, and this is what I get. I love this. I love that I can walk through the store because I will ask a question in a tech form, and my mother will go, I don't understand that question. Let me reword it and ask a new question to see if they can answer. And that is really cool because it kind of gives us a dynamic of working to get the part that we need. Now, with that being the case, here's the deal of what happens when I walk through the store with my mother. Typically, when I walk through the store with a female, it deters all other females, and that's what I like. I'm not relationship material. Let's just get that straight real quick. I'm emotionally unavailable. I have PTSD. I work 16 hours a day doing YouTube. There is no way I have time to do anything else in my life. Plus, I still help the family up. So, with that, I don't know how to separate from that. So, I'm not relationship material. So, I bring people that I know will pretty much deter that. I go to this store, that does not deter that at all. As I'm walking with, I completely understand. Let me get you to the exact thing that you need. There's the aisle, and I get this. The female associates come out of they flock out of nowhere. It's like, wah! And every aisle I go down, you get the female face. Oh, God. Oh, he's cute. Oh, he looked at me. And I love it. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm not even kidding you. This happens every time. It's the best thing ever. You can hear them talking, and you'll see them give you that side glance. And the moment they realize that I'm looking at you, they turn red and they run away. It's amazing. And then the male associates are even better. So, in this store, I've gotten everything I absolutely needed. The one time I did not get the I understand person that I like a lot, I got a guy. And granted, it was completely different, and he helped me quite a bit because I still bought it. This chair is what we went for. This one right here. It's the main gear chair. It's just a DXR racer with a company name that they contracted with. That's all that is. However, this guy, I came into this store and I was like, I want this DXR racer. I went to a panel back on St. Patrick's Day about a year or two ago. I can't remember exactly. I went out to a panel on this when I first started YouTube. Greatest thing ever. Walked in and they looked at me and went, "We have equipment." And I went, "Okay." And they went, "You're going to use that equipment." And I went, "Okay." And then they went, "And you're allowed to touch that equipment." And I went, "I gotta stop you. I really gotta stop you. I'm not trying to be mean here, but I am the king of, if I touch it, it's gonna break. It just happens. It's not something that I do intentionally. It's like a curse or a gift or a skill that just comes out of nowhere. You put it in front of me, I'm gonna touch it and it's gonna explode. Now, with that being said, you still want me to touch this?" And he goes, "Yeah, you're fine. We get this all the time. And when it breaks, we just replace it." And I was like, "So I'm not liable to pay for any of it?" And he goes, "Actually, your whole trip's funded by us." All right, show me what you got. Let's see what we're looking at here. This guy walks me into a room. I'm not even kidding you. There was 4 monitors. 1 big monitor, 1 small monitor, 1 small monitor. And by small, I mean the size of my main monitor, which is like a 44-inch TV. It's insane. Now, the middle monitor is a 65-inch plasma screen TV. It's amazing. In front of that is this DXR Racer chair. In front of that chair is a stand. On top of that stand is a controller that is one of those Wii driving controllers, the ones that look like a steering wheel. Next to that is an Xbox controller. Next to that is a PlayStation 4 controller. Underneath that is a slide-out keyboard. That all connects to that computer. That was the best setup I have ever seen in my life. And he goes, "That's what you're playing on." Dreams do come true. So I looked at this thing and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go. I gotta touch it. I can't not touch it. You've just put tech stuff in front of my face that I cannot not touch." So I run over and I go and sit in this chair, and at the end, I have to do the analyzing the chair. I'm like, is it gonna pick me up right? Is it gonna be okay? Is my bootyliciousness gonna have the right curve in it? Because I got reverse bum here. It's obviously that there is no butt. It is reversed. So when you do the reverse butt, you want a cushion that kind of comes up and gives you a butt feeling, so that way you don't feel bad about not having a booty. I know this. Trust me, I don't have a booty. I know. I'm sorry for those of you who don't have a booty either. It's very hard to find a comfortable chair. So I'm looking at it, and it's got this memory foam pillow on it. It's got another memory foam thing up here, and I'm like, I don't know about that. But it's got a weird little bump in there, and I'm like, leg support. I can kind of live with that. I sat in it, and the heavens opened up again, and angels started singing, "Oh, greatest chair ever. It fits your butt perfectly." And I was like, "I gotta have this. Can I take this home?" And he goes, "No, that's the only piece we don't replace." And I was like, "But you told me you replace all of this." And he goes, "Except for the chair. We take the chair with us." I was like, "Oh, come on. Now you're going to do this to me. I am not getting out of this chair. You're going to have to take me with this chair because I love this chair." So that was my goal from that day forward. I came home and I was like, "I'm getting that DXR Racer. I am getting that chair." That chair was the greatest thing ever. And the beautiful thing about that chair is it came with a footstool attachment. So if you wanted it to be a lazy boy, it would drop down flat and your little footstool would come up and you could sleep in it. That's a winning chair right there. Now, I know we're all young at one point. We look at our parents on their lazy boys and we're like, "I'm never going to be that guy," until I sat in that chair. That's what happened there. So I made it my personal goal that I was going to get this chair. And then it took a couple years to get it all together, or a couple months, whatever. A good chunk of time between the panel and when I got this chair. So I had that, and I was pretty happy about it when we got the time to go down and get it. My mom gets me in the car, and he goes, "We're going to the post office." Okay, cool. Let's go to the post office. No big deal. I got nothing going on. Cool. It's like my birthday. I don't mind. It's whatever. I'm not doing anything special anyway. I tend to try to forget about it. So I'm like, let's go to the post office. We're driving around. I was talking for probably 35 minutes. She's got her phone out and she's trying to type something in. And she's holding it off to the side, kind of. I didn't pick up on this. And she's holding it off to the side, just kind of typing something in. And then she puts it down. And I swear to you, I know that the post office from my house is probably 10 minutes. Probably 10 minutes. We had to be driving a half hour. It was not until we drove through the city of Detroit and I saw the bridge that I was like, did you miss the turn going to the post office? And we were halfway there by the time I even realized where we were going. And she goes, Jesus, that took you forever. I was like, yeah, I know. And then I was just talking to her, just blah, 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 blah. My day went like this. I have a cat. I have a dog. I have dogs, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I do. I have Shih Tzus and they're monsters. However, I was talking, and I didn't even realize that we had driven halfway there. And then she goes, yes, we're going to the Micro Center. I was like, but I don't got any money. Ah, I didn't plan for this. So we get to the Micro Center to get this chair. And that was the key thing right there. We're going to fast forward to getting in there. I walk in the door. I get the associate that kind of knows a little bit. Now, I've spent a little bit of time roaming around the store because that's what I do. They got a Noble chair down there. I sat in it. I was like, oh, it's not bad. It's got a nice little support thing here, but it's not what I'm looking for. It's not something that I'm willing to put my booty in for 16 hours and stay there for 16 hours with this in there. So, from that point, I then grabbed the associate. This guy is a nice guy. And I was like, do you guys have the DXR Racer? And he goes, yes. And I was like, where? And he goes, right there. And he points up at the ceiling. Now I'm looking up at the ceiling and I'm going, I see 15 chairs on the ceiling. And not a single one of them says DXR Racer. And he goes, no, it says Main Gear. It's a company thing. We got a contract through DXR that just puts our name on it. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I was like, do you have one on the floor? And he goes, no. I was like, but that's the chair I want, and it has a different name on it. And he goes, yes, but it's the same chair. And I was like, but do you have it on the floor? And he goes, no, I'm not trying to give this guy a hard time. Let me be clear. My brain could not process that you're going to sell a chair for $300 to $400, even $500, if not more, and you're going to put it on the ceiling. Now, I understand the process of we don't want it broken. That's why it's up there. But you mean to tell me that you expect me to come in, buy that chair off the ceiling without putting my butt in it? And this is what I told him. I looked at him and was like, so you don't have one up, you don't have one of those down here? And he goes, no. I'm like, you don't have a hidden back room or anything with these in there, do you? He goes, no. I was like, logically speaking, why would I buy something if I can't sit in it? Especially if that's what I'm buying it to do. And he goes, you know, that's a good point. I was like, is there any chance at all, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time or anything, but I've got lower back problems, I've got medical issues, and I got reversed, but I want to feel this chair before I buy it because it's got a different name on it, and I don't trust name changes. I really don't. If I find something I like, it's got to be with the same quality. And he goes, right. I was like, is there any chance we can get one down? I am going to buy it if it's comfortable, but is there any chance we can get one down? And he goes, well, let me find out for you. Again, the answer I want to hear. Let me find out. Let me go check. Let me do something. If I don't know, I'll find it for you. This is why I love this place. This guy walks away, comes back after talking to his manager, and then he goes, the manager says we can't pull it down. I was like, okay, so why am I going to buy that chair? I'm not leaving here without a chair. I'll buy the Noble first, but why am I going to buy that chair over that chair? And he goes, well, that chair is the same one I own. And I was like, okay. I have lower back problems. I've been in the military, took some damage, yada, yada, yada. He goes, yes. I was like, that chair is not the DXR Racer that I know. And he goes, correct. But it is. And I was like, okay, explain it to me. He goes, I have lower back problems. I have feet problems. I have this problem. I have that problem. He goes, I can sit in this chair and sleep in this chair quite comfortably. And I looked at him and went, that's awesome, but you're 3'5" and weigh 340 pounds. And he goes, no, I promise, it's a good chair. So we talked for a couple hours. Finally, I bought the chair. I was like, all right, let me find out the return policy. If I don't like it, I'm bringing it back. And he was like, that's a deal. I was like, okay, cool. So I'll take it home, try it, and then if I like it, we'll keep it. Well, I obviously kept it, so I liked it. But anyway, As we're getting it down, I told him we'll buy it. He gets it out. He puts it on a cart. And I was like, cool, we'll take it from there. And he goes, no. And I was like, I can take it to the front. It's not a big deal. You got it on a cart. We're good. He goes, no. I got to take it to the front. It's just company policy. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm not going to question that. I'm not a big deal. It's company policy. You ever watch a 3'5" man trying to push a cart that's twice his size? It's hilarious. He's trying to walk and he's like, all right, coming through. Watch yourself. I can't see over the box. So he gets this thing to the front somehow, magically. We went and shopped around, looked around. I ended up getting the hard drive that I wanted because the chair was a little cheaper than I expected, which was nice. So we go up to the front. There's my chair sitting on a cart. Here's my process. I'll just grab it and bring it to the register. Not a big deal. I go to grab it, and this dude goes, excuse me, sir, no, you can't touch that. I was like, but it's mine. I'm buying it. And he goes, no, we got to bring it to the counter. It's company policy. Okay, this company policy thing is getting a little weird, but sure, go ahead. And he takes it to the counter, and I'm like, okay, not a big deal. So now I'm going to buy it. I pay for it. Put my stuff in there. It's all paid for. I go to grab it, and he goes, no. Got to take it to the car for you. And I was like, I can take it to the car. He goes, no. Got to take it to the car for you. And I was like, no. I can take it to the car. Really, I can. I'm not disabled to the point where I can't lift this. And he goes, no, we don't want you to steal our cart. I was like, wait a minute, is this the only cart in the store? He goes, it's the only cart in the entire department. I was like, so you mean to tell me you guys have a store like this and you only have one cart? What happens if there's 50 customers? He goes, our loaders hate us. So we get the loader guy. This is the key to the story. Now, I've got the little guy who likes the chair and he sold me the chair. I've got the big guy now to come and load my chair. This dude does not look like he should be able to lift this chair. Not that I'm saying he didn't look like he was fit. This guy was 7 foot tall. 7 foot tall, maybe weighed my weight, 135 pounds. He was gangly. I was like, you can't lift that. And he just looks at me and he goes, I was like, okay, cool, take the chair. I don't mind. Whatever. I'll show you where my van is. So we go walking outside, and me and my mom are laughing at the time. We're talking, and we're trying to get this guy to talk. So now we're talking about random things. We're like, how's your day? And he goes, did you do anything interesting? You got plans after work? Do you like a Mini Coupe? Okay, you're not talking. That's fine. So we open the back of the van. This dude, I'm not even kidding you now. This is where you don't read a book, judge a book by its cover. Because this dude, not kidding you, that thing weighs a lot. One hand's this. Woof! It's in the back of the van. Turns around, straight face, looks me in the eye, and he goes, I love that chair. And I went, whoo. Thanks. And he goes, it's a really good chair. Have a good day. And I went, I completely understand why you did not talk to me now. I am not offended. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is story time with Eagle Eye Gaming. So if you like these episodes, go ahead and smack the crap out of the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way, every time I update, you get pinged with it. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter at Eagle Eye Gaming 1. And I'm doing my live streams on Twitch, by the way. So if you want to follow me there, Eagle Eye Gaming 21. On that note, I will see all of you and your beautiful faces in the next video. Bye-bye.